I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit, brought to you by CoinKite.com, bringing you the best hardware to secure your Bitcoin. The Cold Card Queue, the Tab Signer, the Block Log, and plenty more goodies can be found over at CoinKite.com. Use code BTC Sessions for a nice discount at checkout. You can see it happening in real time. I juxtapose a lot of people that I know that are just nihilistic about everything, and I juxtapose them against all of the Bitcoiners that I know that are so hopeful, and their lives have actually, despite the absolute clusterfuck that was the past few years, their lives have gotten better, right? Everybody that I know in Bitcoin, for the most part, over the past since 2020, they're doing significantly better than they were, and not just monetarily, because I know Bitcoin has gone up a lot over that time, but also psychologically and health wise. Like a lot of people I know in Bitcoin are taking better care of themselves and becoming more self-sufficient and thinking about things a little bit deeper. I mean, a unique thing about Bitcoin is, especially early on, it was my first foray into realizing that the news doesn't always know what it's talking about. And that would have been shortly after some major exchange collapsed in early Bitcoin. And I had barely dug into Bitcoin for more than a couple of months. And the news cycle was basically saying that Bitcoin itself had been hacked and then it was over. And I was like, well, no, that was just... I barely know anything about this, but I know for sure that is completely untrue. There was just a business that lost other people's money. But every news network was reporting it the exact same. And I was like, if I barely have scratched the surface of this topic and all news everywhere is reporting this incorrectly, what other things that I know nothing about have I assumed that the news is reporting correctly, that it may be completely inaccurate? And so that was a jarring moment to witness that. But being in Bitcoin and understanding it deeper, more deeply at least than the general public, it gives you that insight into, oh, sometimes people on the news are full of shit. So yeah, and again, you see the juxtaposition of people that I've known over the years, over the past few years, versus the TikToks of nurses in cars that are like, that started with a good wage and now are not even sure why they can't afford rent and groceries just because their currency is broken. I think people will have to gravitate towards what shelters them from that reality, whether or not they understand it, I suppose.